So, one of the many questions we get at Thoughtful Care is, how do I connect with my dad? He has dementia. And we tell them that the goal is to create an enjoyable experience so that you can spend quality time together. And it might not be perfect in your eyes, but it will be so valuable to your dad. It's easiest if we meet the person with dementia where they are, not where you think they should be. So, accept them for who they are completely. And know that the process they are going through and will continue to go through will require you to reassess and adjust the strategies that you will use. And while games like bridge and Sudoku and crosswords, they might work early on, other activities might be more appropriate as the disease advances, and you will want to be able to adjust to those changes. Take a deep breath and smile, because your positive outlook will set the tone. As the dementia progresses, frustration can increase in both the caregiver and the person with dementia. So the upbeat attitude is a winning attitude. In another talk, we discussed behavior logs. Noting behaviors can help avoid outbursts by helping the care team to discover patterns and triggers, and likewise avoid activities that may increase frustration. Noting behavior will illustrate the times of day when outbursts tend to happen, and then you can plan the activities that are appropriate for the time of day. You know, a common saying amongst professional caregivers is, you cannot win an argument with someone with dementia. So remind yourself that you are arguing against a disease, and that is simply not one you could possibly win, so let it go. When it comes to activities, tailor them to create a positive experience. People with dementia are oriented in the past, so go there with them. Share some old movies, read some short articles, listen to some music from the past. It evokes fond memories. Now, other activities can be craft-based, like painting or making a collage. We've seen families create raised gardens on tabletops or outside that they can tend to. We've put up bird feeders near windows so that families can watch life in action. Or simply go outside. The outdoors can be so calming, so just go for a stroll. Here are some more tips for you to consider. Break longer activities into smaller activities. It's okay to do a staycation outing, so make a fun event at home. Again, movies can transport people to the past, so talk about their favorite movies growing up and watch one together. Cooking special foods is a way to connect. Any old recipes or family favorites will engage your loved one's senses and can nourish them in more ways than one. You could take out that old photo album again. You can have conversations about life events of the past. Now, at some point, the activities that used to work may no longer be appropriate, so you must adapt to keep your loved one engaged. Please do not use the TV as the primary activity. It is so not good for their brain. And for people further along in their processes, the activities need to be much simpler. Just fold some hand towels or opening some mail. And do not stop exercising with them or getting fresh air. You just need to adapt to make it safe and easy. Now, people with dementia do tend to get overwhelmed, and they may not be able to verbalize their feelings. So watch for some cues that are, say, enough. Frustration or listlessness. You might listen for verbal cues such as repeating no or engaging in expressive language. You might look for visual cues such as lack of attention to the activity or restlessness. And when you notice these indicators, just change activities or give it a rest. Enjoy what you have done. Hold their hand and give them a pat on the back, because human contact is priceless and can connect. Now, having a conversation with a person who has dementia is an art, because their brains will have a harder time processing and understanding what you're saying. Now, there's no simple, single way to engage, but we've seen some success with the following tips. So in conversation, sentences and words should be short, using yes or no questions. And don't expect your loved one to remember long details or instructions. You should avoid saying, "Don't you remember that we talked about this already?" Because the likelihood is that they don't. And the conversation might be cyclical, so try not to react if the same question is asked more than a few times. You're not alone. Many millions of people are diagnosed with dementia. In fact, studies show that starting at age 65, the risk of developing dementia doubles every 5 years. And by age 85 years and older, somewhere between 25 and 50% of us will exhibit signs of Alzheimer's disease. So use your resources. Contact your local Parkinson's and Alzheimer's Association. They have many activities for people with dementia and caregivers. Group activities can be fun if your loved one is appropriate for them. You should seek out, as a caregiver support groups, because they're important for your well-being. And look to connect with others who are in the same situation as you. Please don't give up. Remember, your efforts to connect will add to the overall well-being of your loved one. Keep your activities and conversations simple and be willing to be flexible with them. An upbeat attitude and a smile will make your loved one feel loved. Get the support you need. It's out there. And if you want some help, call us at Thoughtful Care to meet one of our special caregivers. Thank you.